Ay, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel? Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options, real stepper. Check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good, where my hopping done at. Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then, mama said, get up, walk on play. Which better not come home like this. Street lights, we was young racing. Street lights, carefree was the best time. Fast forward days, dreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Drop a voicemail, 804-592-6160. You already know the dealio, baby.
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop out clean room. Everyday celebration, take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta keep back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, this that. Living my life with no regrets. So I title, link up, pull up on me. We just chillin', at the spot. What time? Anytime, link up, pull up on me. We just coolin', the chill spot. What time? Party time. I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel?
Oh, yeah, baby. You know we simply ravishing right now. We won a series, damn it.
That's right. I haven't heard this song in like a year.
You gotta swivel 'em hips. Swivel 'em hips. Oh, yeah, Yankee fans. We feeling good right now. We might just be on the up and up, baby. Grab yourself a mirror, folks. Look at it and tell yourself you are ravishing. He gobble good, grab your good. You know, I tell you, one day I'm singing that song for karaoke night. I'm coming full out. I'm singing that song in karaoke night, and I'm just going to have myself a good time, okay? That's it.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. We should do karaoke with the team. We've never done it.
I think we certainly will do that one day, and I truly also believe that I'm going to perform that song. Now, the problem is, are they going to have that song? That's the issue.
Nah, we gotta make it. We gotta go somewhere where they have that song or where you can add that song. If not,
yes, can I like request this to be done? Because I know the lyrics, so it's not like I need, I don't really need to think telling me about the lyrics. I could just go ahead and bada bing, bada boomski.
Do your thing,
and that's it. Yeah, do my thing. And
there's
Joe in the chat's like, that needs to be streamed. I mean, you'll get clips. You will certainly get clips. We don't mind over here.
Something will be posted for sure. You know how we do. We bring you guys behind the scenes, behind the curtains. You guys know how it is.
That's how we do it over here at the U. Man, look, Francis over there looking sharp. I wonder what happened.
I'll tell you. You want me to tell you what happened? I'll tell you what happened.
Go ahead,
All
go
right.
ahead.
I took a trip yesterday after getting out the office, and I took a nice little drive down to NYYU's official barber, our guy Orlando.
Yeah, I
And
know
yeah,
you.
for the first time, I sat in the official barber's chair.
Yeah.
Got the NYYU treatment. I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
love Orlando, man. Dope dude, humble dude. And yeah, when we went with something different. I feel different. Caleb is like, that's not Francis. Who the fuck is that guy?
You went with a little something different. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I was like, first time with the NYYU barber, I'm gonna give him a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm gonna say,
let's
let's
switch it up.
do something different. Let's see what he got. And yeah, I definitely,
You
fuck
got like
with
the
it.
Adrian Beltre going a little bit.
I got a little bit of the Adrian Beltre. I was telling people yesterday I was inspired by J Ram.
J Ram, okay, a
Since
little
J
J. Okay.
Ram, I put out that tweet that J Ram looks like 15 of my uncles, but he don't run like none of them. I don't understand, bro. Like, Jose Ramirez is built like my uncle, but he runs like
He can move.
he
He can
does
fucking
have more
move.
stolen bases than Volpe. I think he does.
Yeah, I think he got almost 30, doesn't he? Doesn't he have almost
He's got
30 stolen
30.
bags?
He had
So
30 yesterday. 30 yesterday.
The funniest thing is that I'm sitting there and I'm calling the game and I saw him steal the bag and I'm like, man, he completely stole that off of Gerrit Cole. I'm like, he ain't that fast. The chat's like, bro, he got like 30 stolen bags. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
You got 30 stolen bags. What are you talking about?
30.
You look at him, you're like, yeah, he ain't a base stealer. And the man's like, yeah, all right. Hold my mongoose. Watch this.
My brother, you look at him, and that's
Bow!
exactly what it is, Pete. Is that you look at him and you're saying, this guy don't run. Like he doesn't.
Not at all.
He doesn't steal bases. And he doesn't leg out doubles and shit. No. Yes, he does. Like he does, and he's built like that, and he does. And then when they replayed the stolen base, I'm just like, look at him. Look at him. I mean, look at.
I bet that man. Let me
He
tell
was
you
like,
something.
yeah. He's like that fucker Scoots.
I bet he could get down on the dance floor. I'll
me
put
tell
money
you.
on it. With those feet that quick?
Yeah, he
Oh,
got.
come on,
You
man.
could tell he got some moves. Now, does he
little
have
little
better
dippy
moves
go for him? Forget about
than-
it.
Does he have better moves than Platano Pete? I don't.
No, that's tough. That's
That I
tough.
don't
Look, I'm not as. I'll tell you this. Yeah, I ain't running like him. I'll tell you that much. I ain't stealing no damn bag. I'll tell you that.
I ain't quick. I ain't as quick as I used to be.
Nah, no way. You see me try to steal a bag, I'm gonna be like Stan. I'm gonna have no hamstrings after it, none at all, and that's it. My hamstrings are gonna be toast. And I don't know. Pete on dirt is never the best, the fastest Pete. Pete on wood, like a basketball court, I was pretty quick back in the day. But you
like,
put
but
me
on
on
dirt.
dirt with the cleats on, yeah, I start digging in the ground or some shit, and I just don't move. It's like, bro, you're just digging up. You're digging up all this shit over here.
He's
What are you
Scott
doing
Wright.
to me?
Scott Wright says he has 232 stolen bases in his career.
Look at this.
Like
Telling you.
for comparison, and I know he's not as big. He's not as big as like David Ortiz was in terms of like body.
Yeah.
But like
He's a smaller guy.
like
too. He's a little shorter.
you compare him like kind of when you look at him shape wise, like yeah, he's not as tall or whatever, but you feel like he's profiling to move like David Ortiz, maybe not
Facts.
as bad. David Ortiz had maybe 7
He had a couple.
stolen bases his entire career.
I'll say, yeah, he had a couple, man.
Not
Big
even
Poppy. He
20.
always ran like this, remember?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how Poppy runs.
Big Poppy. When Big Poppy, I always thought, Pete, imagine like you're playing second base and
You see
Big
him
Poppy
just
just
throw-
breaks to steal. And he's coming in with a head of steam, bro. You got to catch this ball. You got to tag this man. That man is a unit. He's coming
Like
right at you.
Just think of that, like just tunnel vision. You don't see nothing but this. Coming right at you,
With
full
the pine
steam.
tar on the
Bam.
helmet. You're like,
Oh
nah, bro.
man,
That's gonna kill
terrifying.
me.
Terrifying. It's like the Dothraki when they would come in the scene with the Lannisters in Game
Oh,
of Thrones
man.
over the hill. And you just heard the feet, the horses coming.
Oh man, don't get me started, man. The game of
Oh
Thrones.
man. Well, we started on a really high note. Unfortunately, I do have some news to announce to everybody. And again, guys, I promise you, I'm only really gonna talk about this I really only want to talk about this one time, and then really just move away from all this nonsense and madness. But Dane Huber is no longer with NYYU. It's a terrible situation, but he is no longer with us. He will not be affiliated with anything NYYU related going forward. That's also Yankees farm. And that's it. I'm not going to go into any more detail about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I think you put it, plainly. I think the best thing, for those of you guys in the chat right now, leave it at what Pete is saying, at what we're saying. Please, don't ask questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're not here to, do that. We're not here to.
Yeah, we're not at all, man.
Nothing.
We're not here to slander nobody's name.
Exactly. We're not. doing that.
We came across some information.
Mhm.
A lot of it was verified over multiple days. That's why I didn't announce anything.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, man, it is what it is. And we're ready to move on. We're past it, and we're ready to do business as usual.
Rule of thumb. I'll say to you guys, to our community, to everybody out there, rule of thumb moving forward. Just remember this, man. When it comes to NYYU stuff like that, you got to talk. You talk to the boss right here.
Correct.
Guy on
Correct.
screen.
Yeah, that's a great message to anybody out there. If there is, anything that you see or you have concern about or you feel like this is weird, please contact me.
ASAP.
Contact me. Contact Jira. We would definitely be the first two that you would contact.
Yeah.
And do not worry about this. I think the whole team can tell you this. I will handle it 150%. And for the people saying God bless Dane, you don't have to. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it just at that. We were all put in a really disgusting position, and I'm gonna leave it alone at that. I'm not going any further. I'm not answering questions. Nobody wants to answer questions about this.
Yeah.
It is done. It is gone. And again, I simply say, if you see something about this company, there's something you want to ask about, there's something that you have seen, please go ahead, contact me or Jira. We're both on Twitter. You know the email, nyunderground@yahoo.com, and that's it. And leave it alone from there.
Trust me.
And Carlos, he's also Carlos Yankees Farm. You guys know Carlos, a great guy. He's also planning on talking about this too. So I'm going to leave his words up to him, and that's it. Steals, it's honestly not a joking matter at all. It really isn't. This is not a joking matter whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a very serious thing. So like that's why we're gonna jump off it right away.
Correct.
The last thing I just wanted to say, just for all you guys out there, our community, everybody who follows us, like we take it very seriously. We take this community seriously. We take what we built seriously. I'm telling you, like, as somebody who's been around since the very beginning, I don't know if you guys always understand or if it comes through just how much Pete and Gerrit, do and give and how much they care. But like, this is everything. Like NYYU is everything to Pete, everything to Gerrit. It's everything to us. It's everything to France. It's everything to Kev, to Lasagna, to everybody that you see that's here. It's everything to us. And aside from that is our reputations with the work that we do here and the team that we've built here. So honestly, man, don't be led astray. Don't be led astray. This is a very solid team of stand-up people, of people of good character and good morals. And whenever something goes left or goes awry or whatever, I got to be honest with you, from the very beginning to this point up today, I'm telling you right now, Pete has never stood for it. Gerrit doesn't stand for it. I don't stand for it. Nobody on this team stands for it. And that's it.
That's it.
Because of how much we care about this community, because of how much we care about you guys in this chat and what we're building.
It's funny, you guys here who have watched us for a long time, you guys know that I've said this for a very, very long time. I always tell you guys, I'll never have somebody on this network that will do this community wrong. I've said this for years. I said this going back. And again, the people that have been here, you guys know, I do not take NYYU lightly. There's the littlest things that I correct immediately. So again, that is simply why I'm saying, if anybody, there's any type of situation out there, please come to us about it. Don't sit there and listen to one person. Come to me, Jira, and we will 100% lock it down, whatever it is. Obviously, you got to figure things out first and understand the situation and then go from there. But again, it is not my job. It is nobody's job here as a team to run anybody's name through the mud. It's not what we're here for. We're not the judges. We're not the jury. We're here handling NYYU, and that is it. Again, don't want to talk about this moving forward at all, but I did want to make a statement at least and announce it and let everybody know where we stand. But again, it is not my job to tell people what happened. It's not my job to drag anybody's name through the mud. I am not a fan of slander in any type, but things have to be said, and we got to let people understand what happened and what is going on moving forward. So with that being said, the New York Yankees played a game yesterday, and they actually won a series. So if you take a look right here, right now, a game and a half up over the Birdies, the good old Baltimore Orioles. And look, you know, there was a little point here in this month where I really felt like, Francis, that we would almost still be in a standstill. There wouldn't be a big difference. You're going to look up at the end of the month and go, you know, we're what, a half game up, half game behind, tied for first place. But right now, as it sits, you might get what Johnny Lasagna was talking about, and maybe the Yankees do have a 3, 4, 5 game lead come the beginning of September. What do you think?
I think that you are 1000% spot on. It does feel good to look at that standing sheet this morning. It's been a long time since I could say that. I felt like, you know, I was joking as soon as we came in, just listen to Simply Ravishing. I mean, it's for the mood. It boosts the mood. It's a morning show. We want to wake you guys up, get you guys energized. Let's talk about the Yankees, the team that we love. But it just feels good because every time that song is playing, it denotes the team doing well in a good spot. And it's been a while since I look at that standings and feel like we're in a good spot. 1.5 is not a safe lead by any stretch of the imagination, but it is something to build on. And it's the first time that I felt like we have something to build on because it's been a half game, back and forth. And it's a 1.5 game lead with Baltimore at home right now facing the Astros,
who are hot.
Who are
red hot, by the way.
Who are red hot, playing great baseball. They've seemed to figure it out at the right time. I think they're well over 10 games. I think they're 10 games at least above 500. They're playing well. They're hitting. They're pitching. They're doing all right. And the Yankees just finished up a series with Cleveland, who, you know, came into the series with the same record as us. They're playing great baseball, and we handled them. I mean, save one play from game one of that series, that would have been a sweep. And I feel like I've been saying that all season, but this is just the team that we have, right? That like you look at a couple series and it's like we were one play away from sweeping them, but that was the case with the Guardians. And now Colorado's coming to town, and we got a chance to get a little fat here in those standings. And I think, they got a golden opportunity. You got Colorado, then you're going down to Washington, D.C., and you're doing that while the Orioles have Houston and then the Dodgers. So, I mean, we got a golden opportunity right now to build a lead that we can defend into September and have that series that series against against Baltimore towards the end of September be significant, but not be everything.
Yeah, it could favor us a lot. That you can have a pretty decent chunk of a lead and then just go from there. But
where you don't have to sweep them, because right now,
exactly.
That's what it's been looking like the last couple of weeks is like, okay, it's going to come down to that series, and we're going to need to sweep them. And sweeping anybody's hard. Sweeping,
of course,
anybody's hard.
And the other thing too about that is you almost want to go into that series with Baltimore knowing they'd have to sweep. You want all the pressure on Baltimore. You want to put all the pressure on them and just go about our regular thing our way and just play regular ball. But the Yankees are getting good news today, as good old, you like Jazz, is coming on back tonight. Jazz Chisholm has been reinstated. He will be in the New York Yankees lineup tonight in the Boogie Down facing the Colorado Rockies. So this is good news for the Yanks. Look, Oswald Peraza gets sent down, but I think that was kind of expected. He was up to play a little bit. The good thing for Oswald is he looked better. I mean, the new toe tap seems like his timing's on. He stung the ball multiple times, including a home run. He did. He had a deep fly ball to left field. I think it was off of Scooble. He's a guy that's out there, doing his thing. Maybe showed a little bit, played good defense. There was nothing you saw from him that you didn't like. And look, I saw some people go, why was he the one sent? I'm like, well, yeah, but who else at this point now? Who else would you?
They want people to send down Waldo? Like,
you're going to send down Oswaldo?
As for the people talking, there are people talking about, but you could DFA Verdugo. If something like that ever gets considered, you're not DFAing Verdugo to get Jazz back. Yeah, Verdugo DFA, if that is a conversation that happens, it's likely because of needing the spot for Dominguez going like down the stretch
Bingo.
run. And I
Bingo.
still think that if you're Brian Cashman, you traded for Verdugo, yes, because of what he's done in the season, the doubles and all that, but he's also been known to be a clutch player come October.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he's a player that they want on that playoff roster, even if he's not starting.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
don't see that being the move.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why I think Dominguez is not up. I truly believe that. I think the Yankees, excuse me, guys, 4Q came up there for a second. I think the Yankees are looking at this and they're basically sitting there going, look, we don't need to DFA somebody. We don't, God forbid there's an injury. Let's say, for an example, we went ahead and we made this switch and we said we're going to DFA Verdugo, for an example. Dominguez comes up and God forbid something happens.
Exactly.
Who's your left fielder? I think that is it. And again, I'm not big into making excuses for the Yankees. I want Dominguez up as much. If they call Dominguez up right now, I'm not going to knock it. I'm going to be like, let's fucking go. Let's go.
Be
good.
happy.
Put your best team on the field, and that's what they're doing. So I'm 100% okay with that. I'm looking at any type of reasoning on why that's happening. Joshua, if you ask about what time the game starts tonight again, you're out of here, my guy. Enough. You asked about 16 times already, and people told you. 7 o'clock. Last time I'm saying it, next time you do it, we're going to do this one for you right here, my guy.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
That's it. You're done. You're done, brother. You're done. Now he says thanks, but you didn't listen to nobody else who said it. Yeah, good job. My goodness. But if they did that, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me one bit. But would the Yankees do that? Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows?
It's hard to, at this point, I'll be honest with anybody, it's hard to see them calling up Dominguez before they get that extra, guarantee of him keeping his rookie status. So
right.
He's going to be the September call up. And we'll see. The one thing I will say, since Dominguez's name has come up, he's really found it these last 8 games in the minors. His batting average is like 430 something. He's stinging the ball all over the park. He hit a single yesterday that was 108, almost 109 off the bat. I mean, just stung into right field from the left-hand side. He's starting to look like he's starting to look like himself. And yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a welcome addition at whatever point they call him up. I'd like to see him sooner rather than later. I've been saying that forever, but look, it is what it is with the Yankees at this point. Look,
yeah, no doubt about it. And
we're getting.
But we knew this. Back. That's the other thing too. That's the other thing too about Jason Dominguez is even when, if you remember, people were going, yeah, he just got back and he's hitting 135 or whatever it was the first couple of games, and you're sitting there going, you're like, but are we talking about the same player here? Yeah. Like, Jason Dominguez, the level of talent there, he's going to put it on. Yeah. Look, everybody, Juan Soto struggles. Aaron Judge had a horrible first month of the year. He struggled. Look at the year now. Yeah. I believe, and look, I'm not comparing Jason Dominguez to Soto or Judge, but what I'm saying is, if you believe in that talent that is in there, let it be shown up here. Don't worry about, oh man, but he's not performing well. And Francis, that was the point you were trying to make a lot of times when people were like, oh bro, do you see that he's struggling? It's like, that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about current stats.
Exactly.
We're not talking about that. Like, but again, that sums Twitter up for you, right? Somebody will read something to get their opinion of it and they go, oh, you're wrong. And they
run with it.
That was over your head because I wasn't talking about that at all. But
it's crazy because I remember I put out that tweet and there was a couple of detractors or whatever, but then speaking with you afterwards kind of put into perspective because like I'm doing the math and it's like, yeah, there are about 3 or 4 people trying to go back and forth with me about, but do you see his stats? And he has to shake the rust up. You want him to shake his rust off here at the major league level?
I'll shake my rust off, damn it. I'll tell you where I'm going to shake it off at.
So, and I'm like, what is wrong with it? Like they're acting like the Yankees don't do this. I mean, we literally, Giancarlo was on an IL stint that was very sizable, and he did not go do any rehab in the minor leagues. They called him right up off the IL, right back to the big league squad, and let him shake whatever rust off here in the major league level. They've done it several times, and people are like, oh, but he's not Stanton, he's not this, he's not that. It's like, okay, I'm not saying that he is like any of those guys, but my point that I was making is what Pete just said. is Jason Dominguez the talent that we believe him to be? Do we have this
That's
belief
it.
in him? Because
Correct.
if we do, then yes, you can call him up and let him figure it out here at the major league level,
Yep.
right? And if
Yep.
he struggles, roll with it and just, let it, give him the rope and let him know, listen, we're with you. Don't get too hard on yourself. Don't let these couple rough games weigh on you, because we're not going to just send you down at the first sight of things not going the way that we want. Relax.
Bingo.
You're here. You're with us. And again, I keep going back to the point. It's not uncharacteristic of this team. They gave Volpe the whole year last year. They gave
Correct. That's
the
right.
whole season.
And that's
he knew
people's
from go.
problem. That's people's problem with a lot of this stuff is we know what happened with Volpe. And now, look, I already made a video. I made a video on this. So again, the Brian Cashman video talks about the whole Anthony Volpe situation and how the Yankees are now doing what they did with Gary Sanchez when they're moving the goalpost and they're acting like, well, compared to his peers, he's a great defender. Ta-da! It's like, isn't this what you guys wanted? And everybody's like, oh, well, I mean, he kind of was the one of the top 5 prospects in baseball because he could hit like really, really good. And then he won the spring training job against a very good defender because he could hit really good. So again, this is not me knocking Anthony Volpe. Anthony Volpe is a young kid. He could have year 4 and 5 be who he really becomes. He could have another tough year next year and take off out of nowhere. You don't know when that's going to happen.
It's true.
Based on the adjustments he makes. But the Yankees love to move the goalpost. They did it with Gary Sanchez, where this guy was Mike Piazza. Wow, we have our own Mike Piazza, top guy. I remember when the Yankees got G and they said, wow, look at this 3-headed monster. And, Gary Sanchez, probably the one that's going to be the MVP out of these 3. Yeah. And all of a sudden, that started he started not to hit as well. And look what they used to say. Then they moved the goalpost to, well, he's probably one of the better offensive catchers. Well, there's not many good catchers out that hit for power. Then it was, he was released. He's in a deal.
They kept
for Josh Donaldson.
They kept telling us, the thing with the Yankees that frustrates, fans more than anything. And you can even see it now. It's bad when the media, who never pushes back and never really is even sounding a lot more like NYYU. Correct. And saying, but the issue is that this isn't what you said. And the reason that fans are frustrated is because this isn't what you guys sold them on. You sold them, I think Kev might have said it in the chat the other day, and I thought it was a good analogy. It's like you sold the fan base on Wagyu beef and gave them a New York ribeye or some shit. It's like, you can't
give them a fucking flank steak.
Yeah, you can't tell people. You can't tell people, oh no, the thing about, Volpe, he's a great prospect because, the bat is going to translate. He's going to be a hitter. He's going to hit for power, but he has power speed combination that's very rare in the game. And then he comes up and he hits under 220. And then make it look like, well, he had a great season because whatever, he won the Gold Glove or whatever. It's like, people are not stupid. Yeah, and it doesn't, we know that they employ Boone because he's a communicator and whatever.
Correct.
Like that.
Correct.
Yeah, but we're not dumb, and you're not communicating to dumb fans. New York Yankees fans are fans that watch probably as much or more than any other fan base in the game. We're watching.
Easy.
We're seeing it. We're seeing it. You're not going to be able to lie to people and tell them, no, that this was a good season. The guy didn't hit 220. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And Francis, remember, and here's the thing. Here's the big thing to remember. The New York Yankees also passed up on multiple shortstops who, again,
that's the big point.
When you look back at it now, it's not a knock on Anthony Volpe again, because Anthony Volpe is just trying to do what Anthony Volpe can do. He didn't put the expectations on himself. He didn't come out there and act like, I'm going to pass on these guys because I'm Anthony Volpe. The Yankees, Brian Cashman, made many statements that we believe in Anthony Volpe. That's why we're not doing A, B, C, or D. We believe he's going to be the future at shortstop. We don't want to block him in any way, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of people last year, in his rookie year, if you remember, and I brought this up a lot, they had the little comparisons when it favored him. I haven't seen a comparison in about a year and a half now
Yeah.
about Anthony Volpe compared to Carlos Correa, who has almost a 4 WAR this year, has a 377 on base percentage, is hitting 308, a 520 slugging, and almost a 900 OPS. So that man is healthy, and he's doing what we all knew Carlos Correa could do. Corey Seager has an 851 OPS, 351 OPS, 351 on base percentage, 851 OPS, 500 slugging. Guy got 28 bombs again. He's going to have probably over a 5 WAR. Again, this is not taking anything away from Volpe. This is simply saying the Yankees do this far too much. Is they'll hype the shit out of this guy. They'll talk about this, and then they just slowly start to walk it back, but still push forward these positives that were never really there before. And that's how they run with it. Oh, but he's a great defensive shortstop. Oh, okay, but you guys said, no, great defensive shortstop. And then when you keep doing it, you go, yeah, but what would you want? Don't you like defense?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
They try to make you look crazy when it's like, look, we're not dumb. Everybody remembers when Brian Cashman had his little blow up in the offseason. All right.
Yep.
Everybody remembers when he caught, he had a little titty attack in the winter meetings.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, that's bullshit. I think we're pretty fucking good. Yeah, okay, Brian. And he also said verbatim, like, let's see what you like, something along the lines of, let's see what you guys are saying next season when he's tearing the cover off the ball. Well, here
correct.
He's not tearing the cover off the ball, Brian.
And now he's defense first. Yeah. Now he's defense first.
Yeah. That's our problem. As to put it plainly, that is our problem. That we have a GM that will during the winter say, well, he's going to tear the cover off the ball next year. And then when next year comes and the player is not tearing the cover off the ball, we'll say, yeah, but he's defense first. What?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's on record. It's on video. We have the video. We have the audio. Like
all baloney. All baloney.
Come on, man.
Let's go ahead.
I know you swing. Come on.
I know you swing. Let's go ahead and get into some voicemails today. And then we're going to jump into talking about the Yankees ace, who looked pretty damn good yesterday. We're going to talk about Gerrit Cole.
Thank you for being a friend.
We also got a super chat from my guy, Chris Sylvia. He says, Kalo Kentoski, Francis.
Hey, what's
looking
up?
Right for the grandmothers.
Got to do it for the grannies. Always for the grannies. Green Grove, stand up.
Always for Green Grove. Can they stand up?
Some of them can't. Some of them can't.
They just put the cane up. I think a lot of times they raise the cane.
I help them get up.
They raise the cane and then somebody brings them a chicken finger and that's it.
Someone got like a mechanical thing. You just press a button.
Slowly rise up.
Oh,
shit! I feel like I need one of those for game season. Just slowly lift me up like this while I'm calling the game. Let's go ahead and get to the first voicemail of the day.
Hey, Pete, it's Gary.
Yo!
Nice series comeback. A couple of things I want to discuss was the interview with Boone and John Boy, and then Cashman's excuse to why he can't bring up Dominguez. This is why it drives fans crazy like myself and you guys. It's just the gaslighting and just pisses you off to no end. It's like he's the number one prospect, and Verdugo is ass. So you make excuses for keeping him, and then Boone just protects him, but get him off the team. Bring up Dominguez. You need an offensive help anyways going into the playoffs. And as far as LeMahieu, I like the guy, but he's washed up.
100%.
He should not be playing, and you gotta bring the young kids up and let them play. The team's getting older, and these guys are the future. You can't just keep playing these guys that are not going to produce and expect to win. But we'll have to see. But I don't trust Cashman because he's a weasel. I hope things change, but I doubt it. I think the reason why they're Boone and Cashman are so arrogant is because they know they're not going to get fired. So we'll have to see. Peace out.
Appreciate you, Gary. You're right, man. You're right about a lot of the things that you said, but I think I agree on the Verdugo stuff. I agree with what me and Francis said a bit earlier. I think they're trying to be very, very safe
Yeah.
about how they go about this because, as Francis said, I mean, look, I'm not messing around yet with, playoff rosters and what that's going to look like. And a lot of times you match those up with series and you got to know who you're playing. And
Yep.
there's a lot of shit that goes along with that. So, I don't necessarily know about any of that yet, but I think it would be. Let me put it like this. Do I think Dominguez should be playing over Verdugo? Yes. I do think Jason Dominguez should be playing over Verdugo.
Agreed.
If I'm also sitting back, though, and I'm in the GM chair right now, I'm looking at the options on how to make that happen, and I'm sitting there going, well, we got, a week of baseball to play until September? At this point, you just wait until September.
Literally.
You just wait until September.
We've got this far. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, we got this far now. We've done this far. Just wait until September at this point. You call them up. You don't got to be worried about that. You could literally pull Verdugo in and go, hey, look, here's the situation. Here's what your role is going to look like moving forward. This is what we want to do. And I mean, look, he don't have a leg to stand on. It's not like Verdugo's out there hitting, 270, 265, 255, and he has close to a little over 700 OPS, 725, 730. He's not doing none of that. So there's nothing that he can defend and go, hey. And look, I don't even think his buddy Aaron Judge could help him here and go, no, I want him starting. I think anybody will look at that and be like, well, do you want to win or do you want to play with your buddies? I mean, at the end of the day, I think we all want to win here. So it doesn't bode well for me on this situation at this point. Now you just wait.
it's what you're saying, bro. It's a week out. The Yankees aren't going to do that. And I see in the chat.
What happened?
I saw somebody say that they can, they could possibly, do Dominguez like they did Peraza. Here's my thing. I understand when fans say this. I understand where you're coming from because if I don't think anybody has spoken about it or covered the Peraza debacle as much as NYYU has.
We like Peraza a lot
To the extent that we have. I mean, I think from the very beginning up until this point, we've been detailed and we have brought his name up time and time again. And we won't let the Yankees get away with what they did with him because we feel like it was wrong. We know that it was wrong and we know that they fucked up. And we've said that. That being said, this is not the same case. It's not the same case.
Completely different.
Look, with Peraza, even when he was at his highest point in terms of value, in terms of ranking as a prospect, they never saw him as being a possible superstar. They just never did. Okay. Correct. They're looking at Jason Dominguez right now and saying, we want to keep his rookie rights intact for the extra year of control. Okay. Yes. One, but also because they think that they have more than a puncher's chance at getting that extra draft pick should he win rookie of the year. This is this is what they're thinking about when they're looking at Dominguez. They weren't looking at Peraza as a rookie of the year candidate. Maybe they thought that they had a chance with Volpe. If somebody says, oh, they thought Volpe would win. Yeah, I think they believed that Volpe had a chance of rookie of the year, even though those beliefs and hopes went by really quickly.
Yeah.
But I think with Dominguez, that's what we're seeing at this point. They're waiting until September to keep his rookie status intact so that next season, when they call him up at the beginning of the year, they have the opportunity to have him be a rookie throughout the season. He has a fair crack at rookie of the year the whole season, which if Dominguez is himself and healthy, I don't see how he doesn't get it because I believe that he is that special of a player. And then they get a draft pick for it.
Let me tell you something. Dominguez
what they do.
If Dominguez is healthy all year, you could almost lock in a 2020 season, bare minimum.
Yeah, you
could lock in a 2020. He's just that level of talent. And look,
he's gonna be good, man.
Can anything happen? Of course. We all know anything can happen. We all could look at it and go, damn, Dominguez just hasn't been good. What the hell?
What's going on? Yeah.
He just has that level of talent. And the thing I love most about Jason Dominguez, man, I love the dude's personality. Yeah. I remember the first thing me and Kev said when we called the game in Houston when he first got called up. Mm-hmm. You see him out there in center field, and the dude's not even looking around. It's just like I'm playing baseball. It doesn't matter where I'm playing. I could be here. It could be on Mars. It could be on the moon. It could be in DR. It could be at Yankee Stadium under the brightest lights of all. It doesn't matter. I'm just going out there, and I'm playing baseball. This is no concern to me. I just play my game, and that's it. And I tell you what, man, I really believe this is a special player. I've believed it for a long time. I said it all off season when the Spencer Jones hype was going wild in spring training. I sat there and I said, look, man, Jason Dominguez is the guy. Don't lose sight on Dominguez. Once he's ready to go, he should automatically be out there. Now he's rehabbing and we're going to see him. I don't think we say smarter Yankees like NYST patented, but I tell you this right now. I can't imagine the Yankees are that stupid to not look to play Jason Dominguez in the postseason or in September to get him ready for the postseason. I can't imagine that's going to be the case. I just don't see it. I don't see it.
No. Look, it's like everything that you're saying, everything that we're saying is like, look, the Yankees, have they done stupid things in the past? Yes. Have they given us a reason to have PTSD? Yes.
Of course.
But the Dominguez thing is a no-brainer. And that the reason that we refer to things as no-brainers means that even people who make very stupid decisions sometimes couldn't fuck it up. Yeah. Dominguez is one of those. He's going to be here, and he's going to be here all next year. He's going to be our guy. I don't think there's any reason to keep looking at it like it's a situation they're going to Peraza him or whatever. I don't think so, buddy. I think he's big into the plans of what they're planning to do moving forward with this team.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Got a couple of super chats, guys, that will keep the voicemails going.
Thank you for being a
friend. Gabagool. Rod Thompson says, good morning. Sent you both a Bob Klappich article stating that Mussina worked with Cole on his knuckle curve, and something we talked about a lot this year. That curveball looks really good. Good stuff. Francis got that fresh Green Grove headshot for the website. So you got to he's taking his website pictures today. Per my understanding, holding an AARP card.
Yes.
And there's behind him, there's like oxygen tanks and shit like that. He's just ready to go.
Pulling out all the stops. Nah, Roz, I was texting with Rod when I was at the shop actually. And he did send that article this morning. I was saving it for when we spoke about Cole later.
Going on to Jeff J. Jeff J says, who cares what Trash Can or Baboon says? They lie for a living to cover up for their mistakes. Zero accountability and get pissed when called out. That is very, very true. They get absolutely livid when they get called out. No doubt about that. We've seen that many, many times. Let's get into a voicemail here. Then we're going to talk about Gerrit Cole. Who do we have up next? Oh, it's my guy, Kev Boogie.
Bling,
Boogie.
bling. And good
bling,
morning,
bling.
Pete and Franchico. It's your boy, Kev Boogie, calling in. And Gabagool.
Oh,
boy. Sorry if I sound like I'm whispering. I'm at work right now trying to keep it down. But, man, this team really knows how to mess with somebody's emotions. So 1 minute, they're winning series and scoring runs and shutting teams out, and then the next minute they look like they can't pitch and we can't hit, and the inconsistency is just so annoying to me. But at the end of the day, this team has the potential to still get it done this year. It can still happen. We have a whole bunch of reinforcements coming back, and what's about to happen with the roster over the next couple of weeks is going to be the most interesting thing to see, because as Pete mentioned on Game Season the other day, it's like 10 people, maybe even 12, that's supposed to be coming back from the IL, and all of them are not going to be able to come back up here. So it's going to be interesting to see who they move and what they do. All I know is Dominguez comes September 1st or whenever rosters expand, he needs to be here and playing every single day. And that bullpen needs to be replenished because we're going to need them big time. I, low-key, have now restored my faith in Gerrit Cole.
Oh, shit.
Come playoff time, we're going to be able to have him, Rodon, and one of either Hill or somebody that can at least do enough for us to win a Game 3 if need be. I don't think we need 4 starters in the playoffs, but it would be nice to have that. We'll see what happens. But I'm just excited for this team. We finally up over a game after I don't know how long, so let's see how this goes. Let's go Yankees and YYU to the moon. Let's keep winning these games.
Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you, and a little more. Thank you. And you segue. This is why I love the U's community. It's so beautiful. They're just like, look, we are part of the show. We're gonna segue you right into Gerrit Cole.
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and touch on this topic of Gerrit Cole real quick. My takeaway yesterday was that Gerrit Cole is still not the ace Gerrit Cole yet. But he's close. He's close, Francis, because he did have 5 walks yesterday, which is not Gerrit Cole. You could look at that a little bit and go, all right, his stuff wasn't unbelievably good. He wasn't super, super sharp.
No.
But Gerrit Cole is that type of guy that he doesn't have to be. And he'll only give up 1 hit. The first hit of the game, the first batter of the game, Stephen Kwan lines a base hit to right field, and bada bing, bada boom. Here's Gerrit Cole. He goes ahead and gives the Yankees 6 shutout innings. Again, 5 walks. I think he only had 2 strikeouts. I do know Cleveland is a pretty sound, fundamental club. They put the ball in play.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I didn't review this, but just watching the game yesterday, they do a pretty good job of just making sure they put the ball in play. So I don't know what those numbers actually look like strikeout-wise for the overall team, but they do seem like they put the ball in play pretty damn well. And the walks were the only issue yesterday. Other than that, the velo was good. He was kind of back to the Gerrit Cole that gets frustrated and flustered, but it didn't give in. He did a lot of the, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. He did some of that stuff
He did.
again yesterday. But like years past, he would usually give him a homer or look really flustered after that.
Yeah.
He made it work, and he looked good. And it's a couple of outings now where you're starting to see Cole look like regular season Gerrit Cole again. And the Yankees' only chance of winning, we talked about this a lot, is if they have ace Gerrit Cole.
And I what I wanted to say with Cole yesterday, some of the things, like, so the first walk in the top of the second inning was bullshit. So Gerrit Cole's out there warming up. He's taking warm-up pitches. The umpire comes in and steps in before Gerrit Cole is about to throw his last warm-up, and he's saying that he's over the limit. Gerrit Cole's like, I mean, one, you're a starting pitcher. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Like one fucking practice pitch, like relax. That's one. Two, the last out in the bottom half of the first was my catcher. So I'm warming up with our other catcher who's not catching today. I want to get another one with the guy who is catching me right now. I mean, read the room as a home plate umpire. That one practice pitch is not extending the game 10 minutes. It's not going to just move out the way and let him throw the pitch. It's Gerrit Cole. He's a Cy Young winning pitcher. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for a very long time now. He deserves at least that respect. And it's a little bit like, honestly, I know Gerrit Cole's a crybaby a lot of times, and he gets like, pouting and all that shit. And we get on him because he's our
Pouty
guy.
Cole. Pouty Cole.
Yeah, Pouty Cole. We call him out on it. But yesterday was one of the first situations where I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? You got to be kidding me. This is the reigning Cy Young winner. All right.
You know what it
it's
was?
Gerrit Cole. He's a freaking ace. He's a bona fide ace. He's not some, regular dude who just came out of nowhere. This is not Paul Skeens. All right.
Correct.
Who just came up, and shouts out to Paul Skeens. He's pitching amazing. He's phenomenal, but he just came up yesterday.
Right.
Skeens has done nothing in this league yet besides have a very nice rookie campaign. Gerrit Cole has been there and done that already. He deserves respect. Just give him the extra practice pitch and move out the way. But the umpires always have to make it about them. It's always the ump show. So
you know what it is?
Calls the ball. Yeah.
It's this.
I just felt like it was kind of bullying, frankly.
It's exactly what it was. They were bullying Gerrit Cole.
Did they ask Boone? I'm pretty sure they asked Boone about that after the game.
He probably said he felt like he was getting bullied. Because they were bullying him.
It was so stupid. So you start the first bat of the inning off with a ball, and then the next 3 were 3 straight balls, and then he walked them. But that one was like bullshit. The other stuff was, as the game progressed, I did realize, and many people, we were speaking about it in our chat yesterday, have realized that Gerrit Cole is workshopping new things with his delivery.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
A little Nestor in there.
Yeah, he's been doing it a little more visibly the last 3 starts with the hesitation, the leg kick, and all that stuff. This is what great pitchers do. You have to reinvent yourself. You have to be constantly working on yourself. In baseball, as a starting pitcher, you're never going to be just a finished product. And Gerrit Cole gets that. He's a student of the game, all right? And he wants to be the best. Gerrit Cole doesn't just want to be good. Good is not good enough for him. That's why I love this guy. Because if he's not the best, he doesn't want to do it. So he's trying to reinvent himself and get better, and he's workshopping some things. It's leading to a little bit of command issues, and that's why you saw the walk numbers go up yesterday. But to Ra's point with the article he sent, what he was trying with the curveball was actually a very, very, very positive thing and a very good idea. And I'm glad that Moose was able to talk to Cole and Williamsport and tell him, try taking something off the curveball, because hitters know Gerrit Cole's profile to this point has been, he throws the curveball with the same intensity he throwing his fastball. Like, that's him. He's not taking anything off that curveball. It's a hard breaking ball coming right at you, diving, whatever. He gave it a different look yesterday, though, and I liked the look of it, and I like where it could possibly be, because remember, he's still not fully back. If he continues working on it and that pitch improves in September, that is going to be a big weapon for Gerrit Cole come October. Even if he's facing teams like, Houston, who have seen him before, they haven't seen that from him. And you're playing that off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and you got this curveball that's just dying over. It's gonna be special. So I'm glad that he's workshopping and he's trying to tinker and get better still, because some pitchers will win a Cy Young and say that's it.
Of course, and look, we've seen it with Carlos Rodon. Yeah. Carlos Rodon was a guy that was kind of the first year there. It's like, oh no, I'm me. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change. And bam, bam, bam. And then he comes in the year and it's like, oh, now all of a sudden, he's mixing in a lot better. He's started to mess around with a cutter, different looks and all that, and kind of playing into that and what that is. So, no doubt about it. That makes Gerrit Cole. But, one of the favorite parts of All Rise is coming up right now. And here he is.
He's pretty Macho King in the house. How you doing? Till on the ground. What we got? Pistol Bacon, Pizza Manetti, and Frankie Funky Stuff Sunshine on the mic and designated spinners. The thing about the Macho King is I'm too hot to handle and too cold to hold. Undeniably undeniable and always macho. And why you cannot be imitated or duplicated, because we're just that bad. And being bad news is what we're all about. If you mess with the U, you're gonna get thrown out. Take it. And while you is here to set the record straight, we ain't gonna take it, no we ain't. For dog shit is sucking like a ring rat at the Red Roof Inn on a Tuesday in February, you dick. But September 14th, just around the corner, and that's like Christmas, New Year's, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Juneteenth all rolled up in one. And NYY's gonna be smoking hot at Yankee Stadium, riding high at the pinnacle of madness, and rising and staying on top forever! Ooh, yeah! March out!
There he is. Right. Nobody like him. Nobody like the Macho King, all right?
Let's go sweep these Rockies, man. That's the type of energy I'm talking about, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm ready to go.
Can we send this to Boone so they can play it in the clubhouse?
They should always play this in the clubhouse so they actually are ready to prepare to win a ball game. I mean, if you had Macho drop like a pre-post game rant or like a message of let's go, motivational message, instead of him playing 04 clips and take the ball out of Boone's court, please, and let Macho do his thing, we'd be sitting here going, you know what, we're probably gonna win this year. It's a fact. Macho's gonna get this guy ready to go, and that's all there is to it.
Oh, man.
Got a couple of more voicemails, guys, are going to wrap the show up with. Here we go, baby.
What's up, Pete? What's up, Francis?
Yo.
Hello, Mail.
What's up?
I have a problem when everybody flips on Volpe. If it's a young kid, first of all, they're putting a lot of pressure on that kid. He's not Jeter. He's not nobody else. He's Volpe.
True.
And the kid should be batting ninth.
True.
And let the kid play. I think he's going to be a great player. For me.
Could be.
Now, everybody wants the young kids to come up and this and that, but this is the problem. We want them to come up. We don't want DJ or Rizzo. None of these guys playing, right? But then when we put these kids play, they don't do good, we tear them apart. You know how hard it is to play in New York City, especially in the Bronx?
Yep.
And everybody booing you. You see that every day in the radios and newspapers, everywhere, internet, everywhere. You know what I mean? We have to have patience with these kids when they come up.
Yeah.
so they can shine. Remember, this is not the minor leagues. This is the major leagues, the top of the top. And you got to let these kids just grow and let them become who they're going to become. We cannot be putting pressure on them all the time. Just let them play baseball, man. Let them have fun. I prefer to see the kids win or lose because they're going to bring excitement. They're going to bring what we want to see. Stealing bases, attitude, fun in the dugout. Just playing baseball. Just have fun. That's what the game is about. That's all I have to say, Pete. But you and Francis keep rocking out. Good morning to everybody. Let's go Yankees.
Appreciate you, rah-rah. One thing I will just add in there is I don't think anybody, at least everybody that I saw, I don't think anybody is truly shitting on Volpe or anybody is simply saying that this kid has no chance of being good. You guys heard me say in this show right here, I literally said, who knows in 2 years, 3 years from now, if he becomes the guy that we all thought he could be. That's the way baseball works. But it is very much fair game to call out the Yankees for what they've said. That's the point that we're making here. It's not, like I've been saying, it's not a knock on Volpe. Every time I talk about it, it's not a knock on Volpe. Volpe is Volpe. Volpe's the player. This may be who he is. And that's all right. If that's who he is, that's who Anthony Volpe is. The fact of the matter is where people are coming from, though, is they're saying, Boone and Cashman, you guys are in charge of this ship. Here's what you once said. Here's what you're saying now. That's the issue that we're having here. Not that Volpe's never going to be good. Not that we want him demoted. Not that we want him shipped away. Not that we're thinking we need a shortstop. It's not that. We're just doing what I have done for years, is use the Yankees' words against them. And their defense now is defense.
Yeah.
It's no longer the bad. They're sitting back going, I don't, about the bad. Look, he's a Gold Glover. He's a Gold Glover. That's not what it was. And we're just calling out their hypocrisy here. We're not talking at all about what Anthony Volpe could become.
Yeah, I'm with Rara 100%. Playing in New York, playing in the Bronx is the highest pinnacle of pressure in the major leagues. Everybody knows it. The pinstripes are heavy. We talk about this all the time. You get under those bright lights there at Yankee Stadium. It's a different animal. It really is. And you know what? It's unfortunate that, Volpe has become that example, but he is just that when we're speaking about it. He's the example that we're making. None of us are really knocking Volpe himself because we know that the kid is working hard. We know that he has the work ethic. He's always had the work ethic. Everybody who's been around him from the moment that the Yankees drafted him has spoken super highly of this kid and said that he has a motor. He works very hard and that he's been working his ass off since day one. That comes through. I mean, look, defensively, we spoke about the offense. I'll say something about the defense. Last year, he won the Gold Glove. I mean, I was one of the first people saying, I don't think he should have won that. I think that there were other shortstops that were probably more deserving. And I think you could have made that argument and you wouldn't have heard anything from me. But he got the Gold Glove. Shouts out to him. It's his trophy. That's it. Right.
That's right.
From that moment to this year, though, I do definitely see that he put in work this offseason to become not only deserving of that, but possibly deserving of another one this season. He's been good, a phenomenal shortstop. He made a ridiculous play. What was it? Was it the game? It might have been game one against the Guardians in extras, that double play. I mean, he's been making plays like this probably once a series all season long, where it's like, you could definitely see that he has put a lot of work into becoming a phenomenal shortstop defensive. That much is there. So it's not a knock on him. We know that the kid's working hard. We know that he's doing his best to be there. It's what Pete said. When we're talking about Volpe, the derision is being directed towards Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone.
Correct.
Not about Volpe. Speak about him honestly. That's all it is. It's just be honest. Don't lie.
And again,
and tell us nonsense.
That honesty. He's doing, Boone himself is doing with Volpe what he did with IKF. Yes. And I think it made the Yankees organization cringe a bit to the point they were like, call up Peraza. Just get him up here. Because they had no intentions of calling Peraza. I called that shit out. I said they called him up, not because of Peraza. They called him up because Boone was making an ass out of himself everywhere. And they were like, cut the plug. Stop going on air. We're gonna call this kid up. Leave it alone. Stop this. Like,
Yeah.
they were going out there. People were like, bro, what metrics are you looking at? There's nothing that I forgot. I think it was one of the guys from WFAN. I believe it was. And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, they were like, where are these numbers coming from? And Boone was just blindly walking in a dark room looking for a light switch. And everybody's like, this guy is lost. He's lost. And he has no idea what he's talking about. Oh, God, we got a couple of super chats. You want to read that first one, Francis?
Oh, boy.
That's your friend. Oh, God.
Let's pull it up. Grandes Nalgas. Good morning, fellas. Is that Tupac?
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning. Ra says, Cashman's the biggest liar. We all know that. Facts on top of facts. Guys, we're 13 likes away from 100. Let's get to another voicemail, baby.
Francis, you know, you still got people talking, but you know, we're talking Clay Holmes and you know this and that, and you still got people like they're trying to justify Holmes being the closer and DJ. I'm like, first of all, how are you gonna have DJ, Rizzo, Stanton, and Trevino in the fucking lineup in the postseason, brother? You can't win like that, and you might as well just call Cancun at this point. I mean, it's look, the Yankees, in my opinion, like you all said, they didn't do enough at the deadline.
Yep.
But you know, unless Judge and Soto would just fucking carry, I mean, he's kind of concerned about what are we gonna do here. Anyways, peace.
Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you. Thank you, very much. The Yankees today, guys, take on the Colorado Rockies. They are at home. 3 games, then I think it's 3 against the Nationals, and then they return back home immediately to take on the St. Louis Cardinals.
Cardinals, yep.
A pretty strong way here for the Yankees to possibly finish off this month, maybe kind of salvage this month because they've been playing almost 500 baseball in the easiest schedule, which is not good. So I wouldn't say that the Yankees are necessarily on the up and up. I do think they got a chance to have a very, very different looking roster come September. Maybe one that we look back on and go, I don't think we were ever going to see this. You know, Clark Schmidt, Ian Hamilton, Lou Trevino potentially, Birdie could be back. John Bertie could also be back. There's a lot that you could look at on this team and go, well, come the postseason, they might look really different. So we'll see what happens. But what do you think? You think? Yeah, I think there's a good chance.
You know, that was a point. Is a good point to make. I mean, we have a myriad of players playing for the Patriots this weekend. It's crazy.
Rizzo, I forgot about.
They're in Portland, and it's crazy how many like Yankees are going to be playing in Portland for the Somerset Patriots this weekend. A lot of guys who, you know, hopefully can come back and contribute and be big parts here down the stretch, which if you're looking around the league, nobody's really like set themselves away from the pack. The Dodgers, the Orioles, us, the Phillies, like nobody has like just like put themselves in a different stratosphere and said, this is our year, guys, forget about it. No team has done that. Everybody's kind of in the same spot. And we've been like this like all freaking year. The Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Orioles, Dodgers, Yankees, same thing all year. Records been 1 or 2 games apart all year. Cleveland's been in the mix too. Houston's coming back. Like, but it's been the same thing all year.
Facts.
If you're the Yankees, though, Pete just said, you start a series against the Rockies, you drive down to DC for 3 against them, you come back home for 3 more against St. Louis, right? That is a very soft landing spot the next 9 games. And aside from that, names like Hamilton, Trevino, Birdie, John Bertie possibly coming back, Clark Schmidt coming back to this rotation.
Schmitties.
When I look at all the other teams that I just named, they don't have that on the cusp of coming back and joining their big league club.
Facts.
Could that be the big difference? Could that be what finally like puts the Yankees a little bit over the top?
Oh, my word. I hate over the top. I hate over the top. But
it's true. I had to say it.
It's the easiest word to use, over the top.
I had to say it, bro. I had to do it.
Only thing I like about being over the top is in a Royal Rumble. You throw somebody over top of the ropes. Come on out.
him. Oh, man.
Guys, with that being said, this has been another episode of All Rise and Shine. I hope you're awake after this one, baby. Catch you guys next time. We out, baby. Catch you for game season. Game season live. Later tonight, baby. See you guys then. Peace. Yeah.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey,
look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar.
Top